the channel, we're halfway through 2025, and it's time to count down my top 5 AEW Jazzwares figures so far.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5, a Thursday tradition here on the channel. As every single Thursday we're doing a Top 5 and occasionally a Top 10 countdown, and here we are celebrating the best of the year so far once again. That's what we're doing here, part of June 2025, talking a few different lines. And today's line we're talking about the best of so far in 2025. We're talking about AEW Jazzwares. That could be Supreme, that could be exclusives, that could be unrivaled, unmatched. You get the idea by now. Anything AEW. But AEW a little bit controversial this year, always controversial with the AEW line. A lot of people are saying, why haven't we had pre-orders? What's going on? There's no figures, no new figures. Well, there has been a lot of figures lately from AEW, at least in my estimation. Now, we always have to remember, this isn't WWE Mattel. Jazzwares AEW on a different wavelength as far as profitability, stores they sell things at, everything in between there. It's not quite apples to apples. And I think a lot of people say there should be as many AEW figures as we do get with WWE. It's just not possible. They're not going to sell enough figures to do that. So you got to take that into account. But I just got a little short list here just off the top of my head right before I started this video. We recently got that 3-pack golf cart from the Vault. We got Target Sting exclusive, Ricky Starks exclusive, and Kenny Omega exclusives over there at Walmart. We got that Jeff Hardy Blacklight edition from Ringside, Tony Storm Ringside. We got the Will Osprey. What was that? Like an AEW Shop exclusive, I believe. We got an Orange Cassidy Sketch Edition. Those are just recently in the last couple of months. We also got the latest Unrivaled wave that had Edge, Adam Copeland, Christian, Killswitch, Willow, Ricky Starks maybe in that one too. So we just recently got that as well. So we've had some AEW product. Now there is seemingly a delay. There's no pre-order up at Ringside. Of course, using Kyle as a discount, save 10%. And I think a lot of that has to do with the old tariffs. Yes, the old tariffs. I think Jazzwares laying in wait, talking about just seeing what's going to happen there. And we always have to take that step back. I compared AEW to WWE Mattel, not apples to apples. Also, just internally for Jazzwares, AEW is pretty low on the totem pole. Pokemon, Squishmallows, those are a lot bigger brands, items, profits, you name it, for the Jazzwares company. So you got to take all that into consideration. I'm not going to beat Jazzwares up about not having enough product out there because they're not the WWE. They can't afford to put out as much product as WWE does via Mattel. So it is a little bit of a gray area, I will say. But I also will say we're going to do this top 5 list like we do all the other top 5s on the channel. We're going to start number 5, work our way to number 1. Number 1 being my absolute favorite. And of course, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. And we're going to dive through this top 5. Always interesting to see these mid-year points. Who stays on the list, who falls off the list when we do our year-end best of countdown. But we'll see what happens, and let's kick it off at number 5. All right, we begin the top 5 so far, 2025 AEW Jazzwares countdown with one of the most recent releases we've unboxed here on the channel. This one, very forward-thinking. I always do say Ringside Collectibles and AEW have an amazing partnership. Jazzwares, AEW, I always use those back and forth. But they have an amazing partnership, and we get some amazing exclusives via Ringside. And this one really took the cake. This one really blew me away. Coming in at number 5 is the latest and greatest Jeff Hardy, the Blacklight Edition Jeff Hardy. Now, one of those figures where maybe it's better in the package than out of the package. I'm not opposed to picking up one in the package in the future. I probably will do that. But how cool is the packaging on this one? Obviously, we reviewed all these. Check out the reviews if you want more detail. But just the packaging alone with the light in there to give him blacklight, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely very cool. But a very fun Jeff Hardy figure in its own right here. Very colorful face paint. Sign me up all day long. Just an all-around cool figure. And possibly, I guess we'll see what happens, our last Jeff Hardy figure from AEW, Jazzwares. We'll see what happens there. But easily for me on this top 5 list, coming in number 5, Jeff Hardy Ringside Collectible Exclusive Blacklight Edition. All right, we've hit the number 4 spot in the top 5 countdown, and number 4 is a figure so nice I had to buy it twice. And you could probably say the same thing about Jeff Hardy here in the next month or two. What is time? But this figure I did pick up right away when it went up on the vault for order, I guess. And then they did have a sale over Memorial Day weekend for 20% off everything. I did pick up a second edition of this one. Who comes in at number 4? Well, it's our old friend, Orange Cassidy Sketch Edition. There's something just so cool about this. Black and white sketch edition. It fits the OC character, but the packaging, once again, for an exclusive is amazing. It looks different, feels different, but feels AEW Jazzwares at the same time. Just a lot of fun. Now, I wouldn't want to see them go down the line of, let's make a sketch edition of everybody. I don't want to see that, that's for sure. But just a one-off exclusive, getting the most out of your molds, really worked for Orange Cassidy. Absolutely love the idea about this. I love it when we get stuff different. We get so much stuff, it's the same old, same old. When we get stuff outside of the box, like the Blacklight Edition and this, it makes a figure that might have been meh to the next level. And that's what it did for this Orange Cassidy figure, and that's why it comes in at number 4 in the top 5 list. We're at the halfway point of the countdown. To get your list together, make sure you put it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, and don't forget my brand new podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. Check it out, of course, if you have not already. But here we are at number 3, and number 3, we're seeing quite the pattern here so far in 2025. We're going to another exclusive. We're going to the AEW shop exclusive, Will Osprey. I believe we pre-ordered this last year. Finally shipped a couple of months ago here. And as we sit right now, the best Will Osprey figure of all time. And the jacket is what brings this one to the next level. I will say, once again, fabulous packaging design on that one. Absolutely love that. Very similar to the Tony Storm. There's another figure for the list. We could have added on there. We got the Tony Storm, of course, from AEW shop as well, just fairly recently. But this Osprey is amazing. I do think when that Supreme comes out at the end of summer as a Walmart exclusive, it'll probably beat this one. But man, oh man, this one made a statement and really blew away the regular release of Will Osprey, if you ask me. Just a very fun, cool figure coming in at number 3, Will Osprey, shop AEW exclusive. We're down to the final 2 AEW Jazzwares figures, and we're going to go number 2 before we go number 1. Of course, we're going in order here. But number 2, man, oh man, so close. Number 1 and 2, I could really almost went either way. You asked me in 2 days from now, they might flip-flop. That's how close it is. But as of right now, as I'm filming right now, the number 2 selection comes to us from AEW Unrivaled Series 17. It's my boy, the dinosaur with the heart of gold. It is Kill Switch. Of course, he'll always be Luchasaurus to me. But man, oh man, this is absolutely next level. This is the definition of toyetic as far as wrestling figures go. If you're a little kid and you're collecting wrestling figures, you see something like this on the shelf, this is a must-have pickup. Even if you don't know who Luchasaurus Kill Switch is, this is something you want in your collection. Love the big figure, love the tattoos, love the mask, love the spikes. So much to like about this. Just absolutely a next level figure. Man, bring all the Luchasauruses and Kill Switches. I'll buy every single one of them. Hopefully he returns to wrestling. I would love a chance to buy more of his figures. We'll see what happens, but if this is the last one we ever get, he went out on an extremely high note. A fabulous, fabulous figure. That's why it comes in at number 2 on my top 5 list, which means, like a young Highlander, there can only be one. What is the number 1 Jazzwares AEW figure of 2025 so far? Well, stay tuned. All right, we've hit the top spot, the number 1 Jazzwares AEW figure of 2025 so far. Once again, get your list together. Put it in the comments down below. Make sure you put it in order. That's the hard part. That is the fun part, of course. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel. We got videos every single day. You guys know that by now. And countdown videos every single Thursday. Check them out if you missed any of them. But here we are at the number 1 spot. Like I said, 1 and 2 was very close. But at the end of the day, you got to go with your heart. You got to go with somebody that's been there since you were a little kid. One of the early adapters to make me the fan of wrestling I am today. I had to go this direction. And where are we going? We're going to Unmatched Series 11. It's Sting! But we're going regular edition Sting. Now, there is a Blade Runner Sting, and you see he didn't make my top 5. Not my favorite era of Sting, obviously well before my time, in an era I haven't seen a ton of until fairly recently, in all honesty, as far as matches. But if we had that Ultimate Warrior to go with it, it would have made it so much more special. It feels just a little strange one-off. Still an amazing figure, just not top 5 worthy. I would put that at number 6 as of right now. We'll see what happens by the end of the year, though. It might move up. It might steal my heart a little bit more. But, of course, Surfer Sting, that's my bread and butter. That is my stinger. I was a little stinger. This is what I wanted. Now, is this the most iconic Surfer Sting? No, it is not. Are we getting more Surfer Stings? I sure hope so. We saw at San Diego Comic-Con last year like a 3-pack that's supposed to be on the way. Fingers crossed all that stuff does happen. But as of right now, this is all we know we're getting, and I'll take it. I will take this. 2 head sculpts on this. Very classic NWA version. Maybe even, I was going to say UWF, but it's after that. It's NWA version against the Sheik, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe even the Road Warriors as well. You got the rat tail, one with rat tail, one without rat tail, for those rat tail connoisseurs, of course. But it's just awesome to get a Sting figure. We've got a lot of Crow-era Stings from AEW. Of course, that's where he wrestled. But, man, bring on the Luminaries. Bring on stuff like this. I am here for it all day long and twice on Sunday. Could not have this at number 1 for me. It was close with Kill Switch. Like I said, things might change at the end of the year. Once you've digested it all, you spent more time with it. But as of right now, Surfer Sting's got my heart, and he's got a lock on the number 1 spot. But there it is. That is my top 5 Jazz Warriors figures of 2025 so far. Be very interested to hear your countdown. Very interested to hear where you're thinking of. Let me know in the comments down below once again. Of course, SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, my podcast I told you about. And don't forget my new book, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers, available, of course, at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or autographed copies from me if that is your thing as well. So for Surfer Sting and the rest of the crew, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?